chose to do my topic on the sentence of supporting the whole child in an elementary school classroom. So, a little bit of my inspiration for this topic was that I remembered that we read a book called The Whole Brain Child in a previous ECE class, and I thought that there were a lot of connections between that and our learning in class. So I wanted to take the whole idea of that book and learn more about it from the perspective of what a teacher can do to support children in their whole brain. So this question here is just a restatement of my topic and one of the many questions that I searched when I did my research. So the first key point I want to talk about is that the whole brain approach is a method of teaching that helps engage both parts of the children's brain at the same time. So both parts are engaged. That is the logical and creative thinking side. So this can be approached in a variety of activities. This approach helps children enjoy learning because they understand what they're learning and they tend to be more interested in it, and it helps support their development in a lot of ways. So, this is principle number 1 in the developmentally appropriate practice book. That is, all domains of development and learning, physical, social, and emotional, and cognitive, are important, and they are closely interrelated. Children's development and learning in one domain influence and are influenced by what takes place in other domains. So this quote has a lot to do with the whole brain approach because both means that all domains of development are important to nurture, and that includes all of those four main things. So there are a variety of ways that children can be supported in the classroom. One of the main ones is for teachers to get to know their students and interests in order to know how they learn best. And teachers can create opportunities for children to use both sides of their brain, which include but are not limited to examples like having group times, going outside to learn more, and adding movement into their learning can be a great strategy for them to remember and to be curious and engaged in their learning. And the teacher always needs to teach feelings and be supportive and create that environment for all students to feel welcome and supported in the environment. So there are four main needs that children need to be supported in the classroom, and one of them is physical. So all students should be able to have access to healthy food choices, physical activity, and good rest. Examples include having movement breaks just to take a break from learning or include that in their learning, and have multiple activities for them to do that are learning activities. And the second one is academic. So teachers can provide differentiated instruction and create learning opportunities where students can learn and also know how to support them as they learn and offer any interventions or accommodations that the child may need. So we all know that social emotional learning is very, very important. So teachers can teach mindfulness and self-regulation strategies such as deep breathing. This kind of positive, inclusive environment helps all the students feel respected and safe. And the fourth one is just any additional needs children may have. It may seem like everyone is thriving in the classroom and that all their needs are being met. That is not always the case, and it's not always very clear. So teachers have to be able to recognize if there are students that need additional support, and with that, have healthy communication with the parents or guardians and the school as well. So this is the book that I was talking about earlier. It is a quote here that I put in my essay that just describes how important it is to support children when they're having strong emotions and teach about it. Doing this helps to connect their left brain to their right brain, and it benefits their development because they're learning all these self regulation strategies and having a better sense of what is going on when they're feeling strong emotions. So, there's so many reasons why nurturing the whole child is a wonderful thing to do, but just to name a few, it helps students succeed academically and also supports their growth and emotional and social development, of course. And again, it just creates a safe space for everyone that's in the classroom, including the students and especially the students. So, conclusions that I found was that supporting the whole child in the elementary school classroom is a necessary process that helps children succeed, and teachers should always support all their needs, the academic and the physical, the social emotional, and all the others. Um, because this whole process can create lifelong learners that can work well with others and be prepared and confident in the world and carry all the learning from their early childhood and elementary school years into their adulthood as well. And of course, the impact is that almost all teachers, parents, and caregivers can understand that it is important to support children and their development all the time. And as time goes on, teachers come up with more and more strategies for how to teach children and help them learn. And early childhood educators can all the whole child, help support the whole child in their care in many different ways. And it really just comes down to what works best for the students and what works best for everyone in the classroom and creates that environment of supporting the whole brain child.